Dawn's soft invitation to remember. Have you ever caught that fleeting moment just as the sun peeks over the horizon, turning your bedroom window into a canvas of golden whispers, and wondered if today could hold a little more light in your heart? That's the invitation I'm extending to you this morning, dear one, from my own quiet corner where I've learned to linger in these beginnings after so many rushed ones left me hollow. Picture it, the sheets still warm from sleep, the faint scent of last night's chamomile tea lingering like an old friend's hug. I remember my mornings, back when the house felt too big after the kids flew the nest, echoes of their laughter replaced by the hum of the coffee maker in our suburban kitchen, a ritual that once felt like just another chore. But in those early hours, before the emails piled up or the grocery list took over, I started to pause, to feel the simple gift of breath filling my lungs, air that's free and fresh, carrying hints of the dew-kissed lawn outside. It's not always easy. I've been there, staring at the ceiling fan spinning lazily, replaying the ache of a job loss during those tough economic dips that hit so many of us in the Midwest, or the quiet grief after waving goodbye to my best friend at the airport, her move to the West Coast leaving a gap wider than the Rockies. Gratitude didn't come naturally then. It snuck in like the first crocus after a long winter in Chicago, pushing through the frost. Now, as I sit here, palms open like I'm receiving a long overdue letter from life itself, I invite you to do the same. Feel your body settling into this upright ease, the way your back finds support against the headboard, a luxury we often overlook amid PTA fundraisers or book club gatherings where we share more than just pages. There's something profoundly healing in this acknowledgement, the roof that shields us from the rain, whether it's a cozy bungalow in Seattle's drizzle or a ranch-style home in Texas heat. I've walked paths where that security felt shaky, bills stacking like unread novels on the nightstand, but recognizing the now, the ability to hear birdsong filtering through the screen door, or the comfort of this very moment, shifts everything. It's like attending one of those women's wellness retreats in the Smokies, where around the fire, we trade stories of survival, realizing how far we've come. Joy begins here, not as a thunderclap, but as a soft glow, warming the edges of worries about aging gracefully or empty holiday tables. Happiness echoes in the opportunities waiting beyond the door. A walk in the neighborhood park where dog walkers nod hellos, or the chance to call a sister across states and laugh over shared memories of prom nights and first jobs. I've mended tears in my soul by leaning into this, one breath at a time, feeling the air nourish me like a home-cooked meal after a long shift. No rush, just presence. Your mind wandering to the day's to-dos is fine. Gently guide it back like calling a child in from play. In America, where we chase sunsets from California beaches to New England fall foliage drives, these pauses are our anchors. Let gratitude build, layer by tender layer, filling the spaces once held by doubt. It's okay if tears come. They've been my companions on this road, washing away the old to make room for light. As the room brightens, feel that subtle expansion in your chest, a quiet thank you rippling out. This is our shared dawn, woven from threads of resilience, yours, mine, every woman's who've risen before us, whispers of the everyday miracles. As that gratitude settles like morning mist over a quiet lake in the Adirondacks, let's turn our gaze to the miracles hiding in plain sight, those everyday threads that stitch our lives with unexpected grace. I used to rush past them, eyes on the horizon of what-ifs. What if the retirement fund grew faster? What if the family reunions weren't shadowed by old arguments hashed out over Thanksgiving turkey? But after a season of stillness, forced by a health hiccup that kept me homebound during what should have been peak volunteer hours at the local food bank, I learned to see. Start with the bed cradling you now, its softness a far cry from the lumpy cots of my college dorms in Boston, where dreams felt as cramped as the room. That's a miracle, isn't it? The sleep that restored you, dreams weaving stories of adventures untaken, like road trips down the Pacific Coast Highway we always promised ourselves. Feel it in your palms, open and receptive, echoing the way I've held my granddaughter's tiny hand during visits, her giggles a balm for the loneliness that crept in after my husband's passing, his chair empty at the breakfast nook. Appreciation blooms here for the air we breathe, clean, vital, a gift not everyone wakes to, as I was reminded during charity drives for those in storm-ravaged Gulf Coast towns. Opportunities await like unopened presents under the Christmas tree. A fresh day to sip that first coffee on the porch, watching neighbors jog by in their Lululemon, or to dive into a hobby class at the community center, painting watercolors inspired by autumn leaves in the Hudson Valley. I've been the woman scrolling job sites at dawn, heart heavy, yet finding sparks in small wins. A sale at the farmer's market yielding perfect heirloom tomatoes for a solo salad, or a text from a long-lost friend sparked by a Facebook memory of our sorority days. Joy stirs in these, subtle as the jazz floating from a street performer in New Orleans' French Quarter, improvising through the ordinary. Happiness isn't hoarded, it's recognized, like spotting fireflies in a backyard barbecue, lighting up faces flushed with grill smoke, and stories of triumphs over trials. In midlife, we've earned this lens, bodies that have carried pregnancies, careers, and quiet revolutions in our hearts. Let it wash over you, this wave of thank yous, for the hearing that tunes into this whisper, for the mind sharp enough to reflect amid the blur of soccer practices or board meetings. I've healed by cataloging these, in journals tucked beside my bed, pages filled during power outages that turned into candlelit reflections. No comparison to others' highlights, just your story, rich as apple pie at a county fair, sweet with earned wisdom. As breath flows steady, feel the pride swelling. For you, resilient one, who's made it to the sunrise, this is the miracle. Alive, here, now. Echoes from joy's hidden garden, with miracles unfolding like petals in a community garden under spring sun in Portland. Let's wander into the garden of joy that's always been yours, perhaps overgrown, but never gone. I know the path to it well. Mine was choked with weeds after a betrayal that shattered trust like fine china at a family wedding, leaving shards to sweep up in the quiet aftermath. But in mornings like this, sitting with eyes closed, I revisited blooms from brighter times, dancing at a line dancing night in Nashville honky-tonks, boots stomping away sorrows, or the pure delight of my son's graduation hug, cap tassel swinging like a promise kept. Recall yours now, that moment when joy consumed you wholly, maybe laughing till tears came at a girl's trip to Vegas, slot machines chiming amid neon dreams, or the serenity of a solo hike in the Shenandoah, leaves rustling secrets of freedom. See the details, the colors vivid as fireworks over the 4th in D.C., smells of fresh-baked cookies from a neighborhood bake sale, sensations tingling like champagne bubbles on the tongue. I've lingered there in my mind during commutes through L.A. traffic, radio fading to inner symphony, letting those feelings rebuild what life chipped away. Where does it live in you? Perhaps a flutter in your belly, warm as sun on bare skin at a beach bonfire in Malibu, or a lift in your chest like balloons released at a birthday in the park. Embody it, let it flood. No forcing, just allowing, as I've done post-therapy sessions in cozy Manhattan offices, emerging lighter. Happiness pulses here, pure and unfiltered, erasing the day's attachments like fog burning off a San Francisco morning. In our American tapestry, a joy threads through diverse moments, soul-stirring gospel at a Harlem church, or the thrill of tailgating before a football game in the South, cheers blending with heart's own roar. Feel your body alight, every cell singing, as if reunited with a lost love. I've shared this garden in women's circles at lake houses in Minnesota, voices harmonizing vulnerabilities into strength. This is healing's bloom, from scars to splendor, ripples of radiant fulfillment. As joy's garden ripples outward, like stones skipped across a serene pond in upstate New York, fulfillment radiates, filling voids once echoed with longing. I felt it first after volunteering at a women's shelter in Atlanta, hands busy with crafts, heart mending, through giving, mirroring the fullness I'd overlooked in my own life. Let it expand now, breath drawing it deeper, a tide of contentment washing shores worn by midlife's waves, empty nests after college send-offs, or career pivots amid economic shifts that tested our grit. Details from joy's memory amplify, sounds of waves crashing at a Jersey Shore retreat, tastes of shared wine at book club toasts. Fulfillment isn't grand, it's this immersion, body humming, like a well-tuned guitar at a folk festival in Asheville. I've chased it through yoga flows in desert studios near Phoenix, emerging embodied, ready. Happiness grows, no outcome clung to, just being, as in quiet evenings knitting scarves for charity drives, needles clicking like affirmations. Threads, woven in shared light fulfillment, weaves into shared light. Threads connecting us across divides, from Zoom calls with far-flung friends during pandemic isolations to in-person hugs at regional women's marches. I've found it in potluck suppers in the heartland, dishes passed like stories of endurance. Feel the weave now, joy threading through limbs, illuminating paths once dim. Light shared multiplies, as in lantern festivals, lighting autumn nights in small-town fairs. Sanctuary of breath's gentle hold. In this woven light, breath's sanctuary holds us, a pause amid life's rush, like hammocks swaying in Key West breezes, cradling reflections. I've retreated there after losses, breath steadying like an old hymn at church suppers. Hold the joy, let it sanctify, body a vessel of peace earned through trials. Horizons of joy's enduring dawn. As horizons call, joy's dawn endures, health in steps toward the day, wealth in moments savored, happiness a companion like wildflowers along highway drives. Carry it, sister, in every interaction, from market chats to evening calls, peace whispers onward, a gentle faith in tomorrow's light.